Hello and welcome to the Sarcastic Locksmith. I'm Richard Adams, and today's discussion is an overview of electronic security, aka access control. Access control can take many forms, from a single door security situation to multiple doors communicating through a computer. As with most door hardware and security products, this broad subject can cause many people to throw up their hands in confusion and frustration. However, while there can be a lot of complicated solutions, all of them utilize four basic constructs that are easily understood. These four constructs never change and are present in all access control systems. So let's get started.
Let's begin with the root of all electronic security devices: electricity, or power. Electricity comes in two forms: AC, or alternating current, and DC, or direct current. These are very different approaches to the transmittal of power. If you aren't a history buff, I highly recommend that you Google Tesla versus Edison. It's a highly entertaining story and well worth your time, but I digress. AC power is what comes out of the wall outlet in every building in the world in one fashion or another. The reason being that it's far easier to transmit power over long distances as AC rather than DC. DC power is used by virtually all electronic devices, especially those that have a printed circuit board. That's the green plastic board that has small components soldered all over it. Either AC or DC, or both, can be used in an access control system. We'll discuss why soon. The main takeaway here is that, hold on to your seats, electronic devices need electricity. Next, we'll discuss the locking device, or load. Think of a light bulb. When power flows, the bulb, or load, lights up. The load in an access control system is the component that's actually doing the work of allowing the opening to lock or unlock. There are a variety of different types of locking devices commonly used, electric strikes, electromagnets, and electric latches being the most common. They can be powered either by AC or DC, although electromagnets can only use DC to operate properly. DC-powered loads operate silently, with no noticeable sound of activation other than a short click when the opening locks or unlocks. This isn't the case with AC-powered loads. They chatter or buzz when activated. This buzzing can be advantageous. It's an audible notification that the load is unlocked. However, most people find it annoying, especially in an interior office situation. Loads are also commonly classified as fail-safe or fail-secure. These terms describe what happens to the load when power is removed, say in a power failure. In a fail-safe lock, when power fails, the lock defaults to an unlocked state. In a fail-secure lock, when power fails, the lock defaults to a locked state. The easiest way to distinguish between the two is fail-safe equals power fails, people are safe. In a fail-secure system, power fails, the door is secure. Next are switches. Think of the light switch on a wall of your home or business. When on, power flows to the light bulb lighting the room. Switches in an access control system can be the most visible component and can include many different types, from a card reader or keypad to a fingerprint reader or retina reader, or even a keyed switch. No matter how complicated the device, its primary function remains the same: to control the power to the load, allowing the device to unlock. Switches can also be used to monitor the condition of an opening. For instance, a lock wouldn't do much good if the door isn't closed. In this case, a door position switch, or DPS, can protect the opening, both by not allowing the load to energize, while also sending a signal notifying that the door isn't locked. There are many types of monitoring switches, from latch bolt monitors to bond sensors on electromagnets. However, don't confuse switches with loads. While some switches can utilize various power-consuming options or components, such as indicator lights or fingerprint readers, etc., keep in mind their primary function: to control the power to the actual load. The takeaway? Switches both control and monitor power in an access control system. Lastly, we'll look at the most overlooked yet necessary of the constructs, the conductor. Conductors are literally the wires that allow power to flow through the access control circuit to and from each component. Without conductors, switches and loads would not function. Most wires are made from copper or a copper alloy, as copper is a very good conductor of electricity. They come in a variety of diameters, called gauges, that vary depending on the power required and the distance to the load. The smaller the gauge number, the larger the diameter. Most access control conductors are in the 18 to 24 gauge range. Conductors can generate heat, so it's important in system design to account for the wire gauge. Contrary to conventional wisdom, there are many options for conductors. They can be made of solid or stranded wire. They can be shielded against magnetic and radio frequencies. The insulation, which is the plastic covering around the actual copper wire, can be toxic when burned. A conductor can contain a single wire or many wires. The main takeaway here is that conductors are necessary to all electric circuits allowing power to flow through the access control system, and that all wires are not the same.
This presentation provides only a very basic overview of access control systems, but if you understand these 4 basic constructs, you can at least be conversational about access control in general. If you'd like more specific details about any of these areas, please leave a comment and I'll get you an answer. Thanks again for your time, and I'll see you again soon.